A rural Alberta by-election is under the national microscope today as federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is on the ballot trying to earn a return to the House of Commons. Poilievre is one of more than 200 candidates vying to represent Battle River Crowfoot after he lost his Ottawa riding in April's federal election. Because of the high number of candidates, Elections Canada has changed the ballot, so voters will now have to write in the name of their choice. Poilievre is widely expected to win, as the riding is one of the safest Conservative seats in the country. Now, for more on this, I'm joined live tonight by Lori Williams, a political expert from Mount Royal University in Calgary. Lori, thanks for being with us tonight. Assuming Poilievre wins, as he is expected to, can we expect the same Pierre Poilievre in the Commons as before, focused on similar issues with a similar tone?
A lot of people are saying he needs to shift his delivery. He's been very effective as an opposition leader, but he's seen primarily as an opposition leader, an attack dog, as he's often described. He's got to do more than hold the government's feet to the fire. He's got to appear prime ministerial. He has to have ideas for how he would do things better than the current government is doing. And that's going to be the challenge. And the question, of course, is whether he can convince Canadians that this sort of new image is an accurate reflection of who he is as a leader.
If he gets back into Parliament, how do you see that impacting the Carney government's attempts to get a trade deal with the states?
I'm not sure that it's going to make a difference one way or the other. I do think there will be pressure on Pierre Poilievre to work with the government for the interests of Canadians, and there is a lot more pressure for various leaders to work together, whether they be at the provincial, federal, or municipal level, working together for the things that are really challenging Canadians. The tough thing as an opposition leader is to both hold the government to account, provide an alternative as a government in waiting, but also to work with the government on things that Canadians really want to see progress on.
Now, he's got a party leadership review coming up in January. Can a decisive win tonight overcome his failure to win re-election in his Ottawa riding and the failure to form government in April?
I think it's a necessary but not sufficient condition. He needs to win decisively, close to that almost 83% that his predecessor got. But that's just clearing, and he's got to clear it significantly. That first hurdle, the next one and the big one, is going to be performance, both in the House of Commons, out amongst Canadian voters, and moving those polling numbers. Because right now, the preferred prime minister for about 20% more Canadians is Mark Carney. And that's going to be the challenge for Pierre Poilievre, that he looks prime ministerial, that he looks like somebody who could be a credible and better alternative to the current leader.
The last time I looked at the polls, it suggested that he is going to get less of the vote than the previous Conservative MP who held the riding. How significant is that? Like, do we read into his popularity that he's lost some popularity in a riding that is so Conservative?
So it's important. This is the second safest riding in the country. He can afford to maybe, lose a couple of percentage points, but the least amount any Conservative has won this riding by in the past is 70%. He needs to be closer to 80 or even over the nearly 83 mark that his predecessor got. He's got to win this decisively, because then, if not, questions emerge. Look, if he can't even win that as well as an unknown or relative unknown in the same riding, can he lead the Conservative Party to victory in the next election? So those questions will increase if he doesn't do nearly as well as his predecessor in this by-election.
That's Lori Williams from Mount Royal University. Lori, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Matt.